A young boy tied together wood and iron pipes, then used a small knife to grind the iron pipe. Next, he added a bit of black gunpowder into the pipe, followed by a few small steel balls. Using a wooden stick, he pressed the gunpowder and steel balls tightly. Finally, he tied a few matches to the end, and thus, the world's gunmaster, the AK-47, was born. In 1941, when Germany launched a full-scale invasion of the Soviet Union, Karla, a tank soldier, was sent to the front lines. However, during a battle, he was unexpectedly injured. When he regained consciousness, he found himself on a truck overloaded with wounded soldiers heading to the hospital. Suddenly, the truck got stuck in a mud pit. Despite everyone's efforts to push it out, they couldn't move. So, the captain and Karla went to the nearby village to seek help. Unexpectedly, as soon as they entered the village, two enemy soldiers emerged from a house. The captain decisively shot and killed both enemies. Just as he was about to shoot a third enemy, his gun jammed. The enemy soldiers quickly fired, knocking him down. Fortunately, Karla arrived in time and shot the enemy, though luckily he didn't hit the captain's vital areas. On their way back, Karla, being a firearms genius, noticed many design flaws in the gun. The built-in spring was fragile, and the gun would jam in cold weather. Such a weapon would only endanger more of his comrades in battle. On the train back home, Karla was determined to make a change. He took out his own design drawings and showed them to his superior, a simple, straightforward rifle design. The officer glanced at it briefly and immediately became interested. He encouraged Karla to produce this type of gun. Inspired, Karla decisively abandoned his plans to return home and jumped off the train midway, heading back to his former workplace. He used to work at a maintenance station repairing trains. Karla approached the station master, expressing his desire to return to work, but seeing his injured arm, the station master dismissed him without hearing a word. Undeterred, Karla followed the station master to his office and explained that he had returned from the front lines and had witnessed the disparity between enemy and Soviet equipment. His comrades urgently needed a reliable gun, and he already had the design drawings. All he needed was to use the repair workshop to build the gun. After listening for a long time, the station master only told him to get lost. Feeling dejected, Karla waited outside for the next train. At that moment, a lieutenant colonel arrived at the station. Karla quickly volunteered himself and presented his design to the officer, who seemed very interested. The officer provided him with a letter of introduction. Upon seeing the letter, the station master couldn't refuse and reluctantly assigned Karla a corner of the workshop. With his broken arm, Karla diligently worked on the drawings. However, building a gun alone was impossible, so he tried to recruit some helpers. The station master was impatient, complaining that having Karla stay was already a burden and didn't want him to delay others' work. Left with no choice, Karla continued working by himself, hammering and shaping the parts needed for the gun. Hearing that Karla was trying to build a gun, some co-workers volunteered to help. After reviewing the blueprints, they were greatly impressed by Karla's design. Working closely together, the team meticulously crafted the necessary components and, with their skilled craftsmanship, quickly produced a prototype of the AK-47. Under the admiring gazes of his co-workers, the group took the gun outside the factory to test it. This legendary film is called Kalashnikov.